met in executive session earlier. Robert, is there any?
Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, Pledge of Allegiance, sorry. Everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Sorry, I won't. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any anything for the agenda?
No changes.
Okay.
Then I make a motion that the, oh, I'm sorry, was there anybody else?
Well, go ahead, we can do it again.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
Second, do we have anything about Mr. Johnston?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be,
Yeah,
that's coming up.
Okay.
All in favor? Gary?
Aye.
Janice?
Aye.
Chair says aye. Agenda's approved. As if you haven't noticed, Gary's going to join us remotely for part of the meeting tonight. Before we go too far into, I would like to ask for a moment of silence in honor and memory of Mr. Peter K. Johnston, who passed away on December 14th. Peter was an Air volunteer firefighter, retiring as deputy chief. Served on the Air Planning Board for many years. He was an Air Boy Scout Troop 3 leader. Worked for the Air Post Office. Was very involved with St. Mary's and was involved in many civic and community efforts over the years. Let's observe a moment of silence in honor. Thank you. One of the truly good people this town has seen. It's a shame, but
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to read the warrant.
please.
Okay, so the following warrants were signed on behalf of the Board of Selectmen by myself. 2017-12-12, the accounts payable 18-10 in the amount of $2,062,870.48. And 2017-18-12 payroll 18-12 in the amount of $326,296.86.
Thank you. Is there anybody here for public input this evening? All right, great. I'd also like to acknowledge our student reporter and Mrs. Classel from the high school. Is it Nicole? Hi, Nicole. That's been going on. It's been fantastic, actually, so keep up the good work.
Chair, they're doing a great job.
They really are.
Yep, they are
It's
doing a
really,
nice job.
Been much better, I mean, even than we anticipated, so.
Very impressive.
Yeah,
Very impressive.
absolutely. I guess we have Alicia.
Good evening.
Good evening, Alicia.
We haven't seen Alicia for a while.
Happy holidays.
See, this is the way to end a year.
There we go. So it's a subordination. This one is a little bit tight. As loan to value ratio, did you get a chance to take a look at that? So the loan to value ratio prior to the request for subordination was 107. So they are underwater. They're refinancing they've got a bank that will refinance because they're lowering their interest rate by 3%. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, I would say so.
So it's going to save them almost $700 a month. But they are rolling the closing costs in, so the loan to value ratio would go to 111, 111%. So, but they're still underwater. Yeah. So it's really your choice. They have 3.5 years left on our loan with them. It's a change of it looks like they're taking out the closing costs are a little high, but it's probably the closing costs are a little high because it's a high risk loan. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm not going to give a recommendation. That's totally yours. I just tried to put it all out there for you.
So are you looking for just a secondary subordination?
Yes, that means that we take a second place on it. Our position is only changing. So the loan to value ratio on the old one was, as I said, 107, and we're going to 111. So it's bad either way.
Yeah.
what it does do is by changing their interest, their mortgage payment by $700, it does get them a chance to not default.
Mhm.
It really makes a difference for them,
Mhm.
for the household.
If we do not subordinate,
Yeah.
they will not be able to refinance, correct? I'm assuming.
Yeah, they've tried several times, and this is the first time we've gotten someone to put it together.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I don't really see the issue. I think I'd rather see them refinance and go from 111% to 100 and whatever it was.
Right,
Um,
yeah. So,
Mr. Chair,
yes, Gary?
can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear fine.
Oh, sorry. I'd like to make a motion to approve subordination to Town's Lane for the first mortgage not to exceed the amount of $215,935.
seconded?
All in favor? Gary?
Aye.
Janice?
Aye.
Chair says aye. Subordination is approved.
thank you, I'm gonna leave it with Carly, and I'll get it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Just
Okay?
Thank you.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Alicia.
thank
you.
you.
Alicia, if you
Alicia.
want it right now, I can,
It still needs to be, I'll notarize.
Oh, okay.
Notarize it, so I'll get it for
All
Carly in
right.
the morning, but thank you.
Thank you, Alicia.
Merry Christmas.
Mark, Dan,
I guess
you're here for,
Yeah, I'm here for,
all right,
in place of Mark. He couldn't make it tonight.
welcome. Nice to see you.
Hey, good evening.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Gary. All right, so for the DPW agenda, we have two items, and the first is the execution of the Ayer Community Dog Park construction contract. And so a memo that Mark placed in the packet explains that the DPW received 9 bids for the Ayer Community Dog Park on Snake Hill Road. And RAE Contracting of Methuen was the low bid at $191,130. And for funding for the project, we've received a grant from the Stanton Foundation for $172,017 to cover 90% of this contract. And then the remaining funds are through CPA funds approved at town meeting. So attached in the packet was the contract for execution by the board.
Okay. When will this commence and complete?
I don't have any questions on that, do you? I hear it all the time.
So right now, the developer owes us some work out there, and he's working on the first phase, which is clearing, grading, and doing some stormwater detention basin work. And he'll also owe us the parking lot, which he'll have to do toward the end. But I would think it'd be open by summer.
Of what year?
This or next year.
2018?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we try to find out what year we're talking about.
I'm still waiting on the fire station, but
Oh.
different department. So it's starting in spring.
yeah.
Okay,
Great.
sounds
Okay.
good. A lot of people looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could just hopefully there's 4 of them. Signature
Yeah.
by the board.
Okay. Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I would like to make a motion that the Town of Ayer enter into an agreement with RAE Contracting LLC at 6 Draycott Street, Methuen, Mass. in regards to the Ayer Community Dog Park.
Second.
All in favor? Gary?
Aye.
Janice?
Aye?
Chair says aye. The contract is agreed upon. So,
Congratulations.
All right.
yeah, we're
Excellent.
working on getting that done.
Okay, second item is Columbia Street, heavy commercial vehicle exclusion. So if you remember, I gave a presentation on this, and we originally submitted for a exclusion of Central Avenue. And working with Mass DOT on this, they were amicable to excluding Columbia Street, mainly because of the safety concerns there with the turning radius in the trucks. And they thought Central Ave had a lot of trucking businesses on it, and they didn't want to exclude that route because of enforcement and because those businesses probably made our numbers bias high when we did our traffic counts, which made sense to me. So, so they sent us a letter, and it indicated we have to adopt the HCVD for Columbia Street. The Board of Selectmen has to adopt it. So I included a adoption letter in the packet, which I think Kylie has 4 copies of. So, attached is the adoption into the packet for voting on by the board and for signature.
Would this go into effect immediately, or does the state have to?
They will issue us we send it to them and they issue us a permit after we send them the adoption.
So we're through the whole length of Columbia from the.
Oh, it's only from Main Street to Central Ave.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lieutenant, not putting you on the spot, would that be, so then we'd put signage up and then obviously start the street?
Signage would be key, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then,
And the town is
obviously
responsible for the
start out
sign.
slowly, warnings, and then, I'm assuming, because it's,
We follow our normal,
Yeah.
newly adopted speed regulations, which is awareness and then moving to enforcement.
okay. Is there still any talk of, I know that there's some reconfiguration going, or something out here, right? Didn't we have a grant for Columbia at some point? Didn't we approve something? Am I wrong?
I
on
know
that? The streetscape or something?
It was like we were originally talking about like rumble strip or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then we were gonna try to work it in, I thought. Wasn't there something that we were gonna roll into that?
There are 3 things, Mr. Chair. One is there is capital funds have been approved for doing the
Correct,
streetscape
that's
along
what it was.
Columbia
Yeah.
for next
Mhm.
cycle that's included. The second thing is part of the superintendent's master street plan with VHB. There are some improvements here.
Yeah.
And then the third thing is the parking study. There are some recommendations which we will be discussing with the board after the new year as far as implementation that pertains to Central Ave, some different types of parking and so forth. So there's sort of 3 things still in the mix, and I think that this exclusion that the board is approving will also help this situation.
And that would this Columbia exclude local trucks too? Would they have to go down to Groton Harvard?
Harvard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, especially with the bigger trucks.
And Mr. Chair, once, as the town engineer mentioned, once the Mass DOT issues the permit to the town, then this exclusion becomes part of the town's traffic regulations.
Correct.
Okay. Much like we approved last week with the 20-mile-an-hour zone by the beach.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of new signs in the spring.
Okay.
Yeah. Gary,
Oh, I
I'm
thought he
sorry.
was making a sound or something.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we thought you were about to say something.
No.
Okay. I would like to make a motion that the town of Ayer adopt the heavy commercial vehicle. What the hell? Wait a minute. What's the word I'm looking for? Exemption.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it just
Exclusion.
exclusion. That was the word I was looking for, and it wasn't on the piece of paper, as outlined in the packet.
Second.
All in favor? Gary?
Aye.
Aye.
Dennis? Chair says aye. Motion passes. Good work on that.
All right,
I
thanks.
think that'll be
That'll make a bigger
that'll be
improvement.
helpful
Yeah,
for
thank
the
you.
pedestrians downtown too.
Yeah.
Limiting those that tractor trailer traffic.
Yeah, sounds good.
Is that a GPS thing? Like someone asked me that today. Like, is it GPS that takes the trucks here? Because I mean, I know Powell does it, and they're from Shirley, so that's just annoying.
Yeah, as we
Rotten.
as we understand it, Mr. Chairman, in the issue of truck traffic across the town remains a concern for all departments. I mean, it continues down the bridge. In some instances, it is some GPS. There's some trucks, especially out of state, so forth. I think the GPS. There are rare occasions. There is a state trooper escort with the big ones. We have, through the police department, has contacted Powell directly because they're doing the work at Four Corners and so forth, requesting that they follow the correct route. But there have been
But
some.
you can't really enforce that, right, Lieutenant, until you have something like this? You can
Correct.
suggest it, right? But
We can ask for compliance, but
Yeah.
without this,
now you have some teeth to say you're going to get fined if you start, once it's implemented.
correct.
Okay, great. Good, that gives the PD some tools too to
Yep.
crack down on this. Good work, Dan.
All right, thanks.
Oh, Dan, my traffic sign down there is still flashing nothing but no
Oh.
speeds.
Yeah, I'll speak to Mark tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know he's been down a few times.
No, it worked last weekend,
Away with
and
it.
then
Yeah.
it was flashing the thing, and now it's just not flashing. It's been kind of squirrely since they got put back up. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll talk to him. All right. Take care.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Dan, if we don't see you, thank you. All right. We have Chief Murray, but I believe Lieutenant Gill is going to step in for the chief tonight. It's a little under the weather. Chief Pedraza, you want to join as well? Good evening, gentlemen.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I'm joined by Lieutenant Gill on behalf of Chief Murray and Chief Pedrazi, and as in the packet, and I do not make this request, none of us do lightly or take it for granted, but I'm officially, or I'm respectfully requesting that the BOS authorize $200,000 from UDAG funds for the purpose of awarding the police radio project contract. As the board is aware, for several years now, a situation has existed involving the police radio transmissions, and a working group was put together over 3 years ago by the police chief to work on this issue. The project went out to bid. The first time, the bids came in over $1 million for the solution. The working group then hired a consultant to work on this. We do realize and appreciate town meeting's support, authorized money for this project in 2 phases. Phase 1 largely involving the radio building and some other improvements. We, working with the consultant, put the project out to bid a second time and extended that bid period time of over an additional month to generate the best bidding possible. The town received 2 bids responses. The low bid was from Timberline Communications in the amount of $520,184, which is approximately, including contingencies, about $200,000 short of the town meeting appropriation. Nobody was thrilled with that news. Extensive work. Absolutely extensive time was spent with the working group, the consultant, fire chief, my office, and the consultant on this, examining the Timberline bid, met extensively with Timberline to go through the entire bid. The reason for that was to, A, fully understand the price, but also to ensure, besides the fact that the contract has guarantees that the solution will work, to ensure that it is going to work. After several internal meetings with the chiefs and so forth, the decision has been made to come to the board to get this project completed. They are confident that the Timberline contract will solve and complete this project, but in order to do that, we would need the available funds to award the contract. The bids were open on November 29th. Under Mass General Law, the town has 60 days from that date to award the contract, so we have till January 29th to award the contract. If we don't award the contract, we would have to rebid it. There was extensive discussion as to whether we should go to rebid it to see if we could get a more favorable price. However, after, again, looking at that, to put it out to bid again, there is no certainty of a lower bid than $520,000. We also run the risk of no response or responses that are higher than this, and estimated bidding it under 39M, going this route, would delay probably another, conservatively, about 60 days to rebid it and so forth. So in the end, it's the recommendation of the chiefs and myself that we really do need to complete this project. It's an important public safety project. We believe, we not just believe, we have the level of certainty that we are satisfied with that this solution will work. However, we do need the additional $200,000 from UDAG, and the recommendation, of course, would be, if the board is willing to do that, the motion read that the funding be replenished from free cash at the future town meeting.
Did you say that there's some guarantees in this? Because my biggest fear would be because I know when the consultant met with us the first time, it was, well, it should work. And this we're going back 2 years, so I'm kind of drawing a memory there. Chief Pedrazi called me last week, kind of informed me, talked me off the ledge a little bit when I first saw this. Said,
No one likes to ask for more money.
no, we understand that, yeah.
When you go out to bid on a project like this, you don't know where the bid's gonna come in at, you rely on the consultant.
Did the consultant fail us
He was
slightly?
Well, I don't
Like
know.
200,000?
Say so, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you had another consultant, the same thing might happen.
Mhm.
I really don't know. But it's a simple system. It's used all over the country. It's not the first time that bid came in, it was some kind of proprietary thing that wasn't even used in the United States.
Yeah, you said that.
This is a totally different system. And I just like to say too that it's not just a police radio project. Part of it has to do with the fire department, part of it has to do with the DPW. So it's upgrading all of the town's infrastructure. It's not just the one department.
So it's not just, so is it the whole, so it's, I guess the problem is on like my side of town, right? You guys can lose radio transmission
Correct.
over there, which obviously is a huge issue. This is to enhance the whole system?
It's gonna harden our system when we get the tower up there. It's gonna put our antenna up higher. We have good reception all over town anyway, except for some of the metal skin buildings down on the east end. We have to operate differently, but we still have great communications, just that we operate a different way when we're inside those buildings. We have direct channels that can go in. The shelter that everything is placed into.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Gary.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you?
Oh, I can't hear us.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Gary.
You there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Sorry. Who's that, Pedrazi?
Yes. It is. You should know my voice by now.
We've been away for a while.
Very good.
Merry Christmas.
When I first saw this, I was like livid. Because I don't see how a proposed bid could go that far off of not being anywhere close. You're talking almost twice the amount that we thought it would be. So that's what I was trying to put my head around. I understand it has to get done. And I mean, could we have brought this in front of the town in October?
We didn't know.
We didn't have the figures at that point.
No.
Yeah. Gary, the only thing I can say is there's a lot of moving parts to this as far as there's a large tower that's going up the water tower.
Yeah.
There's going to be some uncertainties with the soil that they're built in contingencies for. The same thing at the other site where the east voting site is going. So I think they built some money in because of the uncertainties in the construction part of it.
Okay.
So, and I think with Gary's, and I agree with Gary, but I think what we're trying to say is we know you guys aren't radio transmission experts, so I mean it comes back to the consultant telling us,
Right.
this is what it should do and what it should cost, and I understand things can be off, but
Yeah, I mean, most of the fire departments in the area operate off this same system. It's a simple system. It's not complex like the first one.
and this is a system it's here, right? Like you guys upgrade, it's not something that's going to be obsolete or anything like that. It's just a basic.
The only potential change is a force to what's called the P25 system, which we've, the term's been kind of batted around at different points, and including a town meeting. That would be the only potential upgrade, and one of the contingencies here is to make some initial provisions for that.
Okay.
And that's an FCC thing, and that would affect fire departments and police departments throughout the country. So
Understood.
I don't,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
see
think
it
it's not
happening.
anything that's gonna be implemented tomorrow
I
or
don't
anything
see- I
have to
don't
be
see it
done.
happening.
No, it's not that's going to
20
be
years
implemented tomorrow, but it's, you know, it's in the
Yeah.
future, and
Right.
this puts us in a better position for that.
But ultimately, this is providing you with a radio that everybody, your guys are safe when they're down in the spots where they can lose transmit. I mean, this is gonna cover the radios for what
Absolutely.
you guys need.
It's going to cover that, the area on the east side of town that is sketchy at best.
Yeah.
The consultant did do radio, he did radio, what do I call it? They went out and tested the radios everywhere with his meters to make sure that they would transmit from all those higher places. We used the ladder truck
The flash testing.
to do flash testing because it's a microwave system, to make sure that there's line of sight with all the areas. So, I mean, there's been a lot of testing done to see if it will work.
Okay. Well, as much as you know, this board loves to dig into UDAG, I don't think we really have much choice at this
No.
point.
No.
Because like you said, we could say rebid it, but what if it ends up being?
Well, the thing
rebid and
is,
comes
the
back?
longer it goes, the more the prices go up too. So.
And it's not like you had 17 bids.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a,
No, I think it's really, the economy's good right now, and people aren't really looking for work, I guess.
yeah, it's probably, I'm sure it's not exactly
Yeah.
something everybody can do. I'm sure it's a real
Yeah.
intricate type thing. Was there a time frame? This approved the bid? I mean, do you guys have an idea when this can be up and running?
We want to try and get in as soon as possible. Right now, the winter set in, so there's some question about whether or not we can,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
get the footings in properly. And that's something that the consultant is going to work with the contractors on.
And there is a deadline in the bid, I mean, that
Yeah.
has to be completed by.
Is it like next summer or something like that?
Yeah,
Is it-
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just didn't
it's-
know if it's something that's infrastructure-wise, it's
Oh,
gonna
no,
take a
no,
couple
there's-
seasons or,
It's 180
It's
days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
all right.
And the
You know,
board,
that might be part of it too, if they gotta work through the winter, I'm sure they built some money in for,
Mhm.
for winter work.
Right.
we will be coming back on either the 9th, January 9th, with the contract.
Okay.
So the board and the public will be provided with the whole contract. This is just the request on the funding.
Is the contractor aware that there's no more dipping back into the well? His bid
Yes.
is his bid, and
Yes.
there's no change orders?
This
and-
is it.
Okay.
And that's why, Mr. Chair and members of the board, the 200,000, the note, it includes the contingencies.
Okay.
So, and as the chief mentioned, as in any contract that is awarded, there could be some savings. We hope that there are.
Mhm.
And some of these contingencies may not be necessary, and we will report that, of course, to the board if that's the case.
Okay.
And, Mr. Chairman, all of us, I know that the chiefs and I feel the same way about the UDAG, and as Selectman Luca knows, we've just replenished all of the UDAG at the last town meeting. The balance is approximately 1.7 million as restored.
Can you just a brief overview of UDAG for people at home? Like when we say that all the time. Like what
Yeah,
is-
so the
sorry.
UDAG is the acronym for the Urban Development Action Grant, and that grant was originally given to the town of Ayer. It was a federal grant when the base closed,
Yeah,
and it
bye,
was
we're leaving. Here you go. Good luck.
it was $1 million. And the thing about the grant fund, the $1 million was to be used for economic development and/or infrastructure purposes. I mean, this is an infrastructure project. When it was originally given, the account is interest-bearing, so it collects interest. And as, which the boards of selectmen through the years, including this board, have done an excellent job with, has continued to replenish it or grant it towards projects that can replenish it. In addition to bearing the interest, all of the money has been recycled since 1996. So the 1.7 million can be used for any purposes as determined by the Board of Selectmen. And I think overall, this board has done an excellent job awarding it for emergency situations, infrastructure situations such as this, and based on the projections for FY19, we should be able to replenish this in the spring. That being said,
Yep.
this request is not made lightly, but given the nature of the project and the timeline to move this forward, that's why we've made this request.
is insurance-wise too, this has got to be some type of help for the town, I would think. I mean, it's got to be a detriment to have radios that don't work in certain spots.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just looking for the positives.
no,
Besides
Mr.
having,
Chair, and
these
the,
guys
and,
safe,
and the
obviously.
lieutenant and the chief can speak to it better. Knock on linoleum, there hasn't been an issue, but it is a public safety issue when the eastern part of your radio transmissions aren't. It is a public safety issue for police, fire, DPW, and I would say the public at large as well.
Mhm.
And when we review our insurance quotes with Maya every year, a trend they've seen is, they're trying to get us to increase our coverage because a lot of cities and towns, it's one of those things that's not a problem until it is a problem.
Yeah.
So they're always looking to make sure we have adequate coverage. And as the system goes up, we'll obviously adjust accordingly, but
Yeah.
it's the infrastructure stuff across, especially with the radios,
Yeah.
it's been lagging statewide.
Yeah. Okay. Gary, you have any questions?
No, I think you answered it all. I mean,
You feel the same way I do, I know.
I'm pleased with this, all right?
Mr. Selectman Luca, the finance manager has been involved in the discussions in the meetings regarding this bid, and I think she shares all of our view, including yours. I mean, nobody wants to tap into the UDAG, but given the circumstances, she, along with us, cautiously agrees that we proceed in this way and is confident we can replenish it in the spring.
Yeah, as long as any motion made is to replenish.
Yeah, that should have the replenishment in it. Yep.
Would you like to make that motion, Gary?
Go. Make a motion to approve the use of $200,000 in UDAC funds for the police radio project with replenishment with an article on the Springtown warrant of 2018.
Second.
All in favor, Gary?
Aye.
Janice?
Aye.
Chair says aye.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Congratulations.
Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks for explaining this to me the other day, Chief, too, because I was in the same boat as Gary.
It's a needed.
No, I agree, and I obviously it's a safety issue too. People have to realize this isn't.
I can help them.
You guys aren't any more excited because your radio. I mean, it's that's all about safety. It doesn't give you any more fluff or anything like that. It's just,
That's all it is.
yeah.
That's all it is.
So, all right, good night, gentlemen.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year, guys. Thanks for coming. Nice to see you. Happy holidays.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I'm going to ask the lieutenant just to stay for the other two items that the chief was originally going to present on. The next item, per the packet, the chief is recommending that the Board of Selectmen, in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 22A, on November 7th, they've increased the fines for parking in a handicap zone. Currently is $75. The Board of Selectmen, under the law, can now authorize to raise those fines to $100. So Chief Murray is respectfully recommending and requesting that the board vote to increase the fine from $75 to $100 for parking in a handicap zone in the town of Ayer.
So moved.
Seconded.
It should be $500, but all in favor, Gary? Gary? All in favor? Hello?
Is it eating?
Huh?
Yeah, he
Did you
dozed off.
I think
All
he
in
said-
No,
favor?
no, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Aye.
Janice?
Aye.
I'm trying to keep it simple going right to left. Yeah. Chair says aye. Yeah, I wish it could be more, but obviously, take what we can get.
Well, Mr. Chair, I should say, as it says in the packet from the memo from the chief, the statute allows the increase, provides a new fine range of 100 up to 300. And at this point, the chief's recommending the increase to 100.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you get a lot of, Brian, do you get a lot of violations in town like
We
that?
have enough that it warrants upping the fine.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's been the chief recently made a public awareness campaign on our Facebook page about some violations that he observed, and it's definitely an issue that's near and dear to a lot of people's hearts.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Gary.
the radio, the phone keeps going in and out. The radio, yeah, I need 200,000 for radio. The phone keeps going in and out. I'm gonna have to drop out.
All right,
Okay.
Gary. Thank you. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to your family.
You too, and everybody else in the room. Thank you.
All right,
Merry
Thank you,
Christmas,
Gary.
Happy New
Gary.
Year.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. How do we hang up on our already? Otherwise, we're gonna get that.
We're gonna need to do that transfer for the phone bill.
And then the next item, Mr. Chair, if there isn't objection from the board, I'd ask Mr. John Hillier to come up. And Lieutenant
Need me, John?
Lieutenant Gill in the police department has been working very closely on the DARE program and reinstituting the DARE program and having our DARE program that's throughout the Ayer Shirley Regional School District. And as part of those discussions, they have met with Mr. Hillier regarding this, and I can let obviously these gentlemen speak to more detail, but Mr. Hillier would like to make an annual gift in the amount of $6,000 each year to the DARE program. And as the board is aware, per your vote, we are in the process of negotiating a proposed host agreement, ultimately for board approval, and we'll have more discussion on that on another night as some of those things. The issue was that the lieutenant has informed me and the chief that they want to get the DARE program going in January. So to do that, they need the funds sooner than later. And John and I have discussed that this would be part or one of the things of the host agreement. But so for the purposes of moving the program forward, as the board is aware under Mass General Law, the Board of Selectmen have to accept any gift. So what we're proposing tonight, the board would accept the gift from Mr. Hillier. Ms. Gabri will set up the appropriate account, and we move forward from there. So that's sort of the mechanics of the request, but I'd let these gentlemen through you add anything I missed.
Sure. Just as a quick recap of the DARE program re-unfolding in the town of Ayer, it started with the town of Shirley over in the middle school, where they brought back the DARE program in some form or fashion, and that was 2 years ago. This year, they worked with Jen Bigelow, Officer Bigelow, the SRO, to not only have it in Shirley, but to bring it district-wide to both fifth grade levels at the Laura White and in the Page Hilltop. And it was very successful last year. The kids got a lot out of it. The fundraising that they had to do at that point restricted the program to a certain level. And moving forward, what we try to do is identify partnerships in the communities. And that brought us to Mr. Hillier. And we opened up a conversation with Mr. Hillier, told him about our plan to want to continue offering the DARE program to the fifth grade levels at the Laura White and in the Page Hilltop School. And as a follow-up to those fifth graders, again offering it in the seventh grade at the middle school. There was we did have some financial drawbacks to that. It was kind of expensive, more than we were able to collect through our local donations. And again, so that's what brought us to Mr. Hillier. He was interested in the program and wanted to learn more about it. And he and Jen Bigelow worked together and went over the program, and kind of here we are today.
Oh, it's great, John. I really appreciate that. I know that's something that you had mentioned 4 years ago when you first got your license over there, that you'd be interested in helping out in programs like this, and we appreciate you following through, because I think it's extremely important to get these programs in the younger, not just the middle school, but fifth grade. You know, I think it's huge to get these kids exposed to these programs earlier.
Yeah, and the school has been, very instrumental in giving the right amount of time out of the school day And it's actually going to become part of the curriculum there on a yearly basis. So with the with this yearly funding, we'll be able to go to the school every year and know that we'll be able to put on a quality program to the kids.
I think it's fantastic.
This is great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, I should, give a lot of credit to the department. Lieutenant Gill and Officer Bigelow have spent a lot of time with me, hours, over several meetings, helping me understand what the DARE program is today. It's has a new message. It isn't the DARE program that we remember
I was going to say
years
it
ago.
must have evolved tremendously
It's
since when we were in school.
Yeah, it's about decision making.
Yeah, and supporting the right decisions. It's very thoughtful, and it's the same program for all the schools across the country, from what I'm understanding. So, helping the youth make good decisions at crucial moments is important. But you mentioned my name a few times, and it's really not me so much as a great staff and opportunity that we have to work with the community. But we've got a lot of people that work every day, and that it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here, and they're very excited about these types of things too. So I don't want to take all the credit. Central Ave is a big part of it. Is really what's going.
No, and thank you for mentioning that. I mean, obviously, you contributing is huge, but back to that point, that is one of the things that I'm proud of the most was pushing for that officer, that school resource officer in 2013, whatever it was. I think that has been such a huge asset to the community,
Absolutely.
to the school system, and obviously bringing people like John involved in helping, making his contributions. So that's one of the things we should be most proud of, is having that
Really?
Officer Bigelow up there and that interaction with the school.
Chairman Hillman, you're absolutely right. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
She described some of her day, and I had no idea the involvement and the care that is going to it. And the DARE program is part of it.
Mhm.
She's a huge part of it. And,
Oh, she's,
pulling it off and making it work for the town is
Absolutely.
where the key is. So we have a lot of confidence in that. It's great.
Yeah, no, she's great for the position. She does a great job with reaching out to kids, and kids, trust her, and obviously it's helped security too. I mean, that probably made what we thought about it first, but it's been
Right.
such evolved into such almost like a guidance counselor position to some degree, where kids
That's a good analogy on
trust
some
her
fronts.
and,
Yep.
have respect for her. So she helps a lot in a lot of different ways. So I appreciate you bringing that up, John, because that was a very good point. But your contribution is greatly appreciated, and like I said, after your commitment
So you
in
make that official.
3 years ago.
Do you vote? Or maybe.
Yeah, do we have to vote to accept?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
with great
yes.
pleasure, I would like to accept the DARE gift donation from Mr. Hilliard in the amount of $6,000.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
No call anymore.
Now you can.
Yeah. And are we going to have to do this each year, or is it revolving, or is it?
I think it's
So it's going to be a yearly
Okay.
a yearly contribution. Yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah, this will be 2000 funding for 2018, actually,
Okay.
right?
So we'll see you this time next year.
Yeah.
Great.
No, I'm glad to have it ongoing, and the continuity is important.
No,
Officer Bigelow understands children over years. Like my wife is a teacher, she'll see kids in lower grades and then in the upper grades, so that continuity will carry forward.
So I think you
through
guys
the
see
school
it,
system,
honestly,
so-
the Officer Bigelow's everywhere over there, and we see her. I saw her field day when I went with my son. I see her at Page Hilltop. I've seen her in Shirley.
Yep.
She's all over the place. It's really,
And while we're talking about Shirley, Mr. Hillman, there, her counterpart in Shirley is Officer Bill McGinnis.
Okay.
And
so have they named do they have a resource officer?
they don't have a resource officer.
He used to
He's
be Officer Cromwell. You kind of just floated in and out.
yeah. So her primary counterpart in the DARE program is going to be Officer Bill McGinnis, who did the program last year and assisted in Ayer. So the vision is that they're going to be interchangeable in both school systems. So the kids will get to know both DARE instructors in the district.
Good.
No, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's great to have Shirley part of the,
Yeah,
Part of
no,
the
I mean, it's
neighboring-
key to have it in
neighboring
both
towns.
schools.
Yep. Yep.
And continuity, obviously, is huge. So, thank you, John.
welcome.
Thank
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're
We'll be
welcome.
seeing you soon. Hopefully, things will go well
Thanks
for
for the
you, and,
opportunity.
we'll be talking in the new year.
Okay, great.
All right.
Merry
happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Merry
Nice to
Christmas,
see you.
happy holidays.
Thank you, Robert.
Lieutenant, nice to see you as
Thank you
always.
very much. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas to
Christmas,
you.
Happy New Year.
And I'll probably see you at Christmas Eve Mass.
Probably will.
We got Alan. Alan's been here. Mr. Chair, members of the board, we have Mr. Manoyan, the Director of Economic Development, and Ms. Knox, IT Director. Through you, going to turn it over to Alan to make a presentation to the board on the new economic development website, which both of these individuals have been working on. And so with that, we'll turn it over to
We have the top portion.
Alan.
We have the top images.
kidding.
Is that- Why is it some cut off?
What's on
It
the
says,
screen?
it says, Mondo, it says it's connected, but it doesn't.
It's not showing it?
No, it's fine, it's just, I can,
Okay.
there it is.
Scroll down a bit more.
No, I am. It's just not how to connect.
You were clicking and that was making a sound.
I know, that confused me.
It's like,
You want to toss it over here, Chris?
Oh, yeah, like literally, you want like a frisbee or?
Oh.
No, that's fine, I don't mind it, for everybody watching.
Okay, yeah. It's, okay, yeah.
I didn't do anything to this, I promise, I just didn't want to.
Here you go. They always do. Excuse me.
No, that's fine.
Okay, well, thank you, and through you, Mr. Chairman, we wanted to come before you this evening just to give a very brief, quick presentation on the new and emerging Ayer Office of Community and Economic Development webpage. We're have this structured so that we hope to do a full launch the first week of January into the new year. But we wanted to show you at least the superstructure of this and give you a very good sense of not only its look stylistically and its design, but the type of substance and content, and frankly, how we're going to maybe, you know, somewhat of a departure from the way that we have gone out and let the world know about Ayer and the advantages and the amenities and the authenticity of our town. There are those three words. That's right. But really geared, you know, not only towards the public and the general, you know, our citizens, but really connecting more in a business-to-business way with developers, investors, and especially with the attraction of new companies and assisting in any way we can with the expansion of existing companies. And we want to thank, we've worked with Virtual Towns and Schools, a great company, and I really want to thank my colleague Cindy Knox, our Director of IT, who really guided us through this process. So maybe, Cindy, could we start by just maybe doing the quick video message and then get a sense of, because you see, what we want this to be highly engaging and highly interactive with folks. That's the world we're in today, right?
Yeah.
So every week, we're going to have a
That's the
weekly
cover page
video
right there?
message. Excuse me?
That's when you came up with a cover page?
Oh my God, we have them twice now.
Stereo.
You decided to. Sorry about that.
Very, very visual. We want it to be something that's highly webpage. Very cool stuff, so that's it, folks. We'll see you around the road. The great time there. Thank you.
So just to give you a sense, we will be doing, all right, that voice. I get very sick of that
Just
voice
have it
myself,
playing in the back.
believe me.
Yeah, we've been listening
Aye.
to this all day.
Okay, so just starting off, maybe, so that, you can see here, this is, of course, the opening title page of it. Not only visually compelling, but as you work down then, into this, you'll see we've broken it.
Can I just
sorry.
interrupt for 1 second?
Yes.
What you won't see on the live site is this black bar and these tabs over here. These are just showing up now because it's not live.
Right, we're still in our sort of edit and design mode. But here we get down into these panels that we want to really start, again, connecting in more of a business-to-business way. So you see right off the bat, we'll have action reports, everything going through. And actually, I don't know if you can click into that. We did a little, we at least started with that one a little bit.
You know what?
But,
This one.
no, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Okay.
Oh,
there we
Oh,
go.
there we go. Okay.
So again, starting just from action reports, we will give updates on our air infrastructure investments that are happening around, so whether it's the East Main Street project, the Pleasant Street project we finished,
Water mains, the sidewalks.
all that stuff we really want, because we want to project out again to the development community investors that we, as our little tagline there, smart, well-designed, well-built, and well-maintained. That's where you want to invest and locate a company. I think a second one we might have done there, and I'm sorry, I don't have I should put my glasses on.
Yeah, I just put
can't.
mine on.
Okay.
Commuter rail?
Yeah, it's commuter rail, of course. That doesn't help. Okay, but then keying into, what we're doing with our commuter rail station and commuter parking. So showing existing conditions that are out there now. Of course, thank you. Showing, the vision and design plans for the new parking deck. Getting a sense, of the new designs for Depot Square Park that's coming. I'm sorry, boy, my eyesight is getting bad. Yeah. Keying into our heritage tourism sector, where we have our rail fans that come here regularly. So again, we're just really going to start keying in so that this page is, extremely resourceful, very current. And if you want to know really what's going on, this is the place to key in on it. We also did the master plan there as well. And again, keying out the master plan, the mission itself, the process, our sections, steering committee, and going on down through. Now, each of these lines you see here then will be populated with information, will be links unto themselves. So you can go deeper and deeper and deeper into all of these layers. Okay? And if we go back just to the main page, and we'll just go through those other 5 quick things. So that, then we'll have maps, very, very important for our developers, investors, and companies. We're working with our Massachusetts Regional Planning, so we're going to have an interactive GIS mapping screen this too. So as there are various commercial industrial properties available, we can't play commercial broker. We have to be careful about that. Mm-hmm. But listing everything universally, where it's located. We'll get into regional planning, what's going on with that, and etc. Opportunities and prospects. This is where we will work. Local development, happenings that are going on. Boy, I'm not too good with my. I'm not speaking like my normal self tonight. Bad. Commercial properties that are available, we want to highlight startups as well in the community, because you need to project that out, that it is a place for new startups and young entrepreneurs. Resource partners, and again, we go down whether it's the medical center, and by the way, we have very extensive connectivity with healthy lifestyles and healthcare in terms of partnerships. The regional school district, by the way, there's nothing more important in terms of economic development, attracting new companies, the schools. So you're going to see a very strong emphasis on really giving hard data on how do our schools rank, what are we seem to excel at, and really get into demographics.
You'll be working with Dr. Malone and stuff.
Oh yes, because we really got to. That's really, I'd say, and especially when companies locate. Believe it or not, when presidents and CEOs of companies, when they decide to locate a company and they have a young family, one of the first things they'll key on is how is your school system? Because I will not locate my company because we plan on living with my family, and so these things really get down deep into it. And of course, the Chamber of Commerce, who we work very closely with. Visit and experience, we really want to start promoting it, which is great for the very wonderful things you can do. Just the downtown is a destination place, especially in the evening. The rail trail, of course, is our premier tourism and destination venue, but Sandy Pond as well, the Nashua River itself, so that's just going to be a very strong emphasis as well, which again keys into economic development is about the competition for talent. If we can't attract highly talented, highly educated, successful people here, the companies will not follow. So we really start showing why, yeah, we have good numbers and all the infrastructure is good, but it's a place where your employees. We just had an experience with American Superconductor, and they made very clear when they were deciding on their site location, one of the major things was, our people live here in these towns and work here. We're not going to leave because they are our most valuable asset. So we have to show that as a town we have wonderful things that enrich life. And then the economics of place. We will get into new urbanist stuff, really new urban lifestyles, meaning people want to live in downtowns again. Everybody. Creative class economy. And then traditional neighborhood design. We have to preserve our historic neighborhoods. They're actually going to become the most high-valued neighborhoods in this town over the next decade, and we have to show that as infill happens in these historic neighborhoods, it's done compatibly with the historic pen. So we're going to get heavily into that.
Highlights of neighborhoods and
Yes,
like
you just segued into.
It struck me today when you drive up Washington. Some of those houses are just gorgeous. Those old.
They are
Victorian,
world class.
They are.
Beautiful, and there's some, this neighborhood
Over here.
is
Thank
kind of
you.
forgotten too.
This is it. So we have to really protect these neighborhoods. So that's where we'll get into the economics of place in terms of that. If maybe we could go to the districts now, because I'll show you really what I think is the very impressive a departure here. We're going to really tactically, if you will, both strategically and tactically.
Are any of these populated? Do you want to pick one?
Actually, could you do just the main one, which actually I think lists out all of the districts at once? I think we might have. Yeah. So we're going to go district-based, because really when site locators, new companies come in, they kind of have a sense of what corridor or they're sort of looking at. So we've broken this out. You see each of the corridors: the Rotary District, Westford Road Industrial District, the Willow Road Industrial District, West Main Street Corridor District, the Medical Healthcare Campus District, Fitchburg Road District. It's a menu, just like you go to a restaurant and say, what is your appetite tonight?
Hopefully a Park Street District at some point.
Yeah, that really should be included. You see Park Street is included in the downtown, because Park Street, thank you for saying that, Mr. Chairman, is to be woven into the fabric of downtown, and that's what we're trying to do with our form-based code. Park Street should not be seen as separate from the downtown.
I agree.
It has to be seen as, and that's very important. So you see then for each of these districts, we'll break each one out, and we'll get into heavy, okay, what are the, available sites there now? What are some of the constraints maybe in some of these? So we're going to list it out so developers say, my God, I looked right at that. I got all the information I needed, beautifully fast, and that should hopefully demonstrate we're business to business. We're not here showing pretty pictures and such. We're trying to be a resource here so you can make a decision quickly, predictably, and I think it demonstrates, how we're going to go about our business here in Ayer. And then we have, maybe if you could hit the programs. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think programs where we have our health care thing, just to give you a quick flavor of that. Isn't that just the healthiest looking family you've ever seen in your life? I should be so healthy. But this is just one example where we will highlight Ayer healthcare and healthy lifestyles and our resource partners. And you see as we go down, which we'll be cleaning that up, all our hospitals, but also things with food security, with fitness centers here in Ayer. We have wonderful fitness. So everything about being in Ayer really provides you the opportunities for a healthy lifestyle. We want our site locators, our corporate site locators and companies to see this, because companies want to hire healthy people. They have to. So all this shows that what we're doing, and we're projecting an image of, here's the place, here are the people, here's the talent, okay? And here's the type of place that you want to be in. So we wanted to give you a flavor of where we're coming from, the look of it, and, it is somewhat of a departure from the rest of the website. It has a definitely different look.
I like it.
And, but again, we're doing this so we need everyone to critique this now. I want people to critique it. I want to say, that could be done, right?
All websites are a work in
Yeah.
process.
So would you,
yes,
this
so-
would be its own page, Cindy, would you attach it to the town page too?
Yes.
So there's a link, you can go on and say,
Right, as there is now, there's the Department of Economic
Yeah, so
Development,
you could
that
click on
that
that
will
and
link
this
you
will
right
pop up.
here. And you can get back to the town's website from
Actually, click the
here.
About here,
Here.
see, and then if you can just put About AO, the first one.
Oh.
Yeah. And could you click it and open up, and then they can see just that page. And there's, okay, we want people to know, here are the people, we're going to be dealing with. Okay, and on down. So that's,
Let's keep going.
yep. So it just gives you a sense of it definitely has a vibe and a look to it that's going in a new direction. And the whole point is
I like it.
we're competing. We're competing with so many other towns and cities, so you have to really, capture the attention and interest of folks out there doing things. And this is going to be a work in progress. I'll probably be going into this year transitioning, getting much more deeply into, frankly, selling the town and working more with commercial brokers and bankers and lenders and these folks. Pharmacies, thank you. And so this is going to be an important tool, but this will never end. In other words, part of my daily work, every day, every week, in perpetuity, I have to keep adding to this, refining it. And by the way, the thing we have to do always, it has to constantly be refreshed every week. And that's part of what we're doing with the video message. It's like, all right, I got to check it out this week because what's the video? What are they, keying in on? So it has to be constantly something that isn't static. And it's like, I have to check that out every week. We got to keep looking at this to know. Okay, so there's what we've been up to with this.
Looks good.
Okay.
No, it's good. It's good. It's definitely needed.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Good.
So you think after the first of the year, you'll tweak it?
Yeah, we'd like to. I have my directive that this baby's going up January 2nd, and
January 2nd,
we're going
I'm
for
gonna
it.
check on it. January 2nd.
I know you will.
And when she says she's going to check, she will check.
I will check on it.
Yes.
Put that in your
I would.
outlook
I
calendar.
hope you will. Yeah, but it'll be as populated as I'm able, to do. And again, but it's important to get it going up and let folks know. Yes, this thing is constantly being grown and grown and grown and refined. So it's we're very excited about it.
And you would do like highlights of other businesses in town and stuff?
Absolutely. Yep, we
There's a
will
lot of
be doing
businesses that people don't even know here.
Quite right.
And
Quite right.
hidden.
And Mr. Chairman, as the board is aware, the IT committee that Ms. Knox heads up met a couple times with Alan regarding this web project. And as we move forward, if the Board of Selectmen or the public looking at the website overall, we're always open to other suggestions as well, including the Board of Selectmen page and so forth of things that you'd like, things that you don't, because as Cindy knows better than I do, it's all about keeping it
fresh.
keeping it
The
fresh
more
and
information,
dynamic.
the better. I mean,
Yeah.
the more you put on, the more people ask about other stuff. Like, the Facebook page and stuff like that. It's huge because that's the way we all communicate now. So it's nice to blast people in the face with
I
it.
just set myself a reminder to check.
I told you.
website.
Better put one in yours.
I don't want to miss it.
Put yours in first.
It's going to be enjoyed to just impress you immensely with the product.
Yeah. Still a lot of data that needs to go up there, but
Quite right.
it's looking good. We worked really hard on the design.
We came up really with the design internally.
Yeah.
We
I
did the
looked
design
good. I
stuff.
think it
Yeah.
looked nice.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
I thought about this today because this is what I think about and why you're here. It's something to chew on. Can we, as a town, offer some type of tax credits or whatever for development of Park Street or developers? You're coming in to purchase the property, we're gonna
redevelop it.
I'll be right back.
You know what I mean? Like,
There are
I don't know how
incentive
that-
platforms that
like
are
a
done in
TIF,
different
but I know
ways.
that's more involved, but I mean, just something to say that, you develop this parcel on Park Street or West Main Street or wherever.
I would say that conceptually, with Alan's expertise and through his office, we will definitely be looking at that, and I think that would be a good topic for a future selectmen's meeting.
I agree. I just want to ask because Alan was here.
No, but I would say conceptually, yes, the question is within the constraints of the statute and so
Absolutely,
forth.
and what the law allows and all that, but I mean,
Right.
incentive-based to get that big development, so I guess offer.
I heard some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Offer some, pull the carrot out to get someone to bite on these parcels and
Mhm.
make it easier for them to develop them,
Mhm.
and obviously advantageous for them to invest their money.
It is. What's out there right now, especially the empty building, the pump needs to be primed out there. There's no doubt about it. Frankly, I hope everyone will join us and engage in the Park Street form-based code process. It's this new innovating zoning approach, Mr. Chairman, that is it's going to incentivize. All right, that's what we're doing with it. But I agree with you. There's, always creative opportunities for financial incentive, tactically like that, and are very close. And if that's something you folks would be comfortable
Well,
with and
just-
do
I
it,
see
we
it sitting
could. I
there
could
and
come up with 5 different optional ways to do that.
In
Mhm.
residential and commercial construction, and all I hear is great things about Ayer. Of course, I'm saying a lot of them, but people,
Did you say you're saying a
I
lot
say
of
a
them?
lot of them,
Oh,
but I
good.
mean, I'm constantly getting.
A lot of other
I'm
people
looking
do
for
too.
land, I'm looking for land, I'm looking for development, I'm looking for commercial property, and
The tough thing with Park Street is, and I met with a number of developers, developers look at Park Street as now, and they stand and go, what is this? Where is this going? What is this? Is this going to be part of downtown? Or is just sort of a low-grade auto strip court? What, I don't even, so that's why, and the thing, if we can successfully and effectively lay a sidewalk out on the east side of Park Street down and introduce on-street parking, and there is enough right-of-way land to do it, we need to do this, and lay out a new form-based code, developers will start lining up, because then they understand. Oh, this is a traditional downtown Main
Yeah.
Street thing, yes.
Is that what you're
Is
talking
on-street parking here?
retail
Yes.
first floor, apartments, or
Yes,
something on
and
the
they
side.
do, in other words,
Yeah.
I'm gonna max out this
Yeah.
these are very small parcels out there.
Yeah.
What that gets all hung up and say, I gotta build my own parking lot on this thing too, and a building?
Yeah.
And now we'll be able to say, no, we're gonna make, this is downtown, physical form. Use that entire lot and build a building on it, 2 stories, which generates the revenue we need, not from these little 1-story
Yeah.
things with parking lots. Pays nothing. We can lay that form, lay out the sidewalk, on-street parking, and say you max out this just like downtown. I already have developers saying, oh my God, you just changed my, wow, really? Yes. Let's do it. When are you doing that?
West
Then I'm in.
Yeah. The domino hopefully on West Main Street will fall soon with the
Yes.
garage there. I know there's some plans for some retail and similar.
Yes.
So, just an idea that
No,
something
I
to
agree.
percolate the.
Because if it's left to its own, you're right, I'm very concerned. We're very concerned if it's just sort of left the way it is now and developers, and I'm afraid what will happen is very low-grade things will go in there, and then it'll be there for 30 years, another
Yeah,
generation,
another
and we
next
can't
one.
afford it. We can't afford it.
Mr. Chairman, 3 things that have come directly from this board that the administration is moving forward with townwide. One is, when I say getting the house in order, what I mean is all of the information, hence what the intent of this website,
Yeah, no,
for
it's great.
example,
Yeah.
is all of our assets and information that's available. Second, raising the standards. One of the first moves on that will be the zoning bylaw update, but raising the standards, not only from zoning and planning point of view, but with the building commissioner, with the support of this board, the chiefs and the Board of Health has been doing, is addressing proactively the dilapidated properties, the properties that pose blight and so forth. And then thirdly, continuing to with efforts through Alan's office, but also town-wide in all offices, is to market the town to the maximum extent we can. And I mean, those three things have been set by this board on a policy level: raise the standards, get all the information out there, and advertise. So we need to continue to do that. But Park Street is definitely West Main. Basically, all of the gateways of the town, and Ayer's not entirely unique in this many, but for whatever, the gateways need to be the priority, specifically West Main and Park.
Okay, I mean, just food for thought, we can discuss another meeting, just an idea.
Yeah, I've
We can
asked.
offer some incentives, a 5-year incentive.
Yeah, so what we will do then, because Alan is planning to come to a future meeting about Park Street and the whole form-based concept, we'll add to that discussion. That's a good point you raised. What can't we do in terms of incentives outside of the TIF and the special tax agreement, which the board
And
already
that would
knows.
be powerful to combine those, to say we have this one for us with an incentive. I mean, that's the stuff.
If we're
That's the
collecting
stuff.
taxes on property that's dilapidated, obviously its assessed value is brutal. If something's redeveloped,
Yeah.
we're probably still collecting the same value in taxes for so many years at a reduced rate for them to make it worthwhile to develop the property.
Because one of the things all of our land use group, with the fact that those properties will not be acquired for the MART project, we know that if the town is not proactive and puts forth the leadership on Park Street to move the private, because it's still private land in the private side, if we don't do all of this, it will just sit like that.
There's no vision for Park
Yeah.
Street right
Yeah.
now. There is no vision for it.
No.
There's no- So that we have to lay out that vision, and the development community's waiting for it. They want it.
Yeah,
They want
no, I couldn't agree more, and I think that's something we need to really concentrate on. I know you have been, but
Yeah.
I know that's a priority of Alan and Mark,
Yeah.
and everybody here, so. All right, cool, and, hopefully a Walgreens or a CVS sometime soon to pick up the slack for,
Be handy.
the shop.
Alan has a proposal he'll be sending the
Yeah,
board
no,
as
I
to
know,
how we're
I
going
know,
to
Alan's
approach
working, I
that.
didn't want to give away, I know Alan's working on a lot of things, a lot of good things, but I don't wanna give away too many things.
We're putting together our attraction, our pharmacy attraction team.
Good.
And I know you'll be playing a very active role in that,
I will
Mr.
show up to
Chairman.
this meeting.
You will? Okay.
I was
Great.
gonna say the
Done.
iPhone.
We're good.
Great. No, that's great. All right,
Dynamite.
that's a good thing. So maybe something, sometime in
Thank you.
January,
Yeah.
February, we can
Yep.
discuss
Very good.
and put forward.
Thank you.
All right, Alan, nice to see you. Happy
January
holidays.
2nd.
No, 12:01 a.m., trust me.
Set myself a reminder.
Happy holidays.
Thank you
Don't
all.
see you.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
So in the interest of time, just a couple of quick highlights. The first, the government reorganization articles as passed by town meeting have been submitted to the House of Representatives and have been assigned to the House committee. So that process is moving through the legislature.
They actually, Carly, I know you have experience in that. Is that something they sit and meet on and they just don't?
It's actually a joint committee, so I don't know, because it's technically a late file bill, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter that it's late filed, but
Mhm.
they may call a hearing, they may not.
Yeah.
Where it's a home rule, so we're in touch with Rep. Benson and Senator Eldridge's office, just to give us a heads up, 'cause, we'll
Sure.
write a letter, testify, do whatever.
There was something before that was like so quick. It was like, what was it?
Yeah.
Was it 3 maybe?
It was,
That took a while, but it was something.
there was something was a quick
Yeah.
turnaround.
Yeah.
Back in January, like full steam, so we'll be pushing it really
Yeah,
hard.
okay.
But I will send to the board, they've been assigned numbers, so if you want to track them through the
Just my
website.
iPhone
Yeah,
desires.
we just got that. So that is moving forward. The second thing, Mr. Chair, just to clarify for the public's benefit, the Board of Selectmen in Ayer and the Board of Selectmen in Shirley recently approved a regional dispatch intermunicipal agreement. And I just wanted to, if I could, just for the benefit of the record and the public, just clarify a couple things. One, the terms of the IMA, it's a 2-year agreement. The first year, there's a $100,000 assessment that Shirley pays to Ayer. That's Ayer's number. to cover their costs. The second year, it's $120,000. Additionally, we currently get $24,000 a year from state 911, but when we become the regional center with Shirley, that will increase from $24,000 to $175,000. So at that point, from a financial point of view, the agreement covers all of the costs for the town of Ayer. Additionally, it ensures that the regional dispatch is physically located in our state-of-the-art dispatch at 54 Park Street in the police station. The chief of police is in charge of it. All of the employees are Ayer employees. We will have 2 dispatchers on every shift, which isn't the case now. And there is, in any agreement, and I know, and I say this on behalf of the selectmen and myself at that meeting, there is always something, if you will, to make progress happen. And in this case, Shirley needs to upgrade their infrastructure for this integration. And if people that watched the meeting and that were there, first, it's not, in no way am I picking on Shirley, but first of all, they had yet to produce what that number was. But secondly, in order to get the agreement to move forward, we said that we would forward fund that money for infrastructure. However, that forward funding is up to town meeting in May of 2018.
And we had asked, the Janice and I
Yes.
asked their chairman.
And I just wanted to clarify, because some comments, have been made, that the Ayer Board of Selectmen did ask Shirley to step up and do it, and they wouldn't. So you did.
They said
They would look into it.
Yeah, no, then we told them to look into it.
The last thing,
Well, it was, the
Yeah.
their chairman very weakly said, we'll look.
so
But now
lastly,
their TA's leaving.
Yeah.
so lastly, per this board, that we have communicated with state 911 and we're actively meeting with them, they understand that that is a concern, that forward funding number, and we are actively working with them. And when I say we, it's actually all of the chiefs. And we remain confident. Our goal is to get that money from state 911 so we don't even have to put it to town meeting. So again, I understand people's frustrations and concerns about that piece of the agreement. However, I'm confident that we will resolve that part. And with that resolved, overall, this, I believe, benefits the town of Ayer, because the last piece, which I know this board knows, the state is actively looking to get rid of all single community dispatches. They want everybody in some regional agreement. This regional agreement would ensure that we can keep our dispatch service here in Ayer and not be mandated in the near future to join, say, Devon's or so forth.
Yeah.
So I know that it was a special joint meeting, and those things don't always get covered and articulated. So I just appreciate the opportunity for the record and tonight just to highlight the facts of that agreement.
No, and thank you for the work that you and Carly put into this, and Lisa, because you guys pretty much carried this through. I mean, it obviously benefits Shirley. It benefits Ayer, though, obviously, financially, and like you said, in the future. But I know you guys put a lot of work into it. I don't know if it was all the same effort on the other side, but we came to an agreement, and I think it's going to be good for both. I actually know it's going to be good for both.
And as you both know, as she said that night, Miss Wingate, Christine Wingate, who's the Deputy Director for State 911, the next day she was in Ayer. She's been assigned to us. So
Yeah.
we are actively working
She
to...
was very reassuring.
Yeah. Yeah. So
In fact, she said you'd be seeing her a lot.
Yeah.
So I appreciate just that opportunity on that. Just real quick, there'll be more to come. I know Selectman Hillman, you were there, and others, at the presentation of the school committee regarding the field project. They do want to move the field project forward. They made a presentation.
It was a good presentation.
It was a good present.
It was skewed to their.
Yeah, I heard actually very good things about it the next day.
It was very good, yeah.
I mean, they want to put it forth to the town meetings and to an election this spring as a debt exclusion. I mean, we'll have more discussion on that. It's ultimately up to the Board of Selectmen in both instances?
It was, as Robert said, there was a lot of questions asked, and I know you were under the weather, so you couldn't make it. But,
Yeah.
Ketchum gave me an update the next day.
yeah, and so the FinCom was there, and we all asked a lot of questions. Robert asked a lot of questions. And Shirley was balking at, they didn't have time to put it at town meeting. I don't see why there's any issues to put it at town meeting, regardless what you feel about it, on our end.
Yeah, I kind of heard that, yeah.
There was, I have reservations based on the biggest concern was the school and fixing that. And they actually had a better plan than I'd gone in there thinking about doing it. And everybody made that clear that that's, I think, a huge part of it, the project, moving forward.
So we will have more information on that. The ball is really in their court in terms of the public.
They can present to us.
Yes.
Like, I'm just thinking, for the public to see.
Yes.
That wasn't a public, it was a public meeting, but it wasn't broadcast or anything.
Yeah, from what I understand, Mr. Chair, three things.
Tomorrow.
They want to present publicly to both boards of selectmen and both FinComs, but they also want to do a public information session in each town. So we don't have those dates yet, but when we do, obviously we will promote that.
February 13th?
February 13th is going to be for the budget. So I'm glad you brought that up, Selectman Livingston. The superintendent would like to come to present the budget. Now, Tuesday, February 13th is your normal off week. So.
Yeah, but that actually works out because the presentation's usually a pretty long thing.
Yeah.
They meet the first Tuesday, so they couldn't.
Right,
No,
yeah, we run into this problem every year.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, so.
I didn't show up last year, but I'm sure it was great.
One of the other things that the board should be aware of, I was informed by my colleague in Shirley, as this board is aware, our current town meeting is scheduled for Monday, May 14th at 7 p.m., and that's currently set by bylaw. And as we've discussed, that could only be changed by town meeting. Well, Shirley, apparently the Board of Selectmen have set their town meeting for the same night, for May 14th. Now, that poses...
Why not May 7th?
It's the second, let me look at the calendar.
There's 3 different things written down
Hang on.
as far as when it is.
Are you saying, in terms of that particular article, if it gets there, is that what you mean?
So sorry to interrupt.
No, hang on. So the election is the 3rd, and then it's the second Monday after the election. So it's the 14th.
It's written down 3 different ways in 3 different places.
Is there anything that?
So that's why it always drives me crazy.
What I'm raising is that this poses I understand the regional school district is not going to be thrilled that it's both on the same night, but I'm just advising the board that, frankly, ours is set for the 14th, and that's when it's going to be.
Fluctuated.
They've moved theirs around.
I'm not 100% confident that they have any desire to put it on there. That was a concern, and I spoke up for the board. So I just said that it's not my job to say what goes on the warrant. If it's people have stuff they go on the warrant, then put it at the town meeting and debate it. Surely made it seem like they did not have the time to get it on the warrant, which seems ridiculous when we're still doing capital planning, which is going to go on for another month.
Why do you not have time? We've had articles that have come to us last minute. We've haggled about it. We decided
Chris is right,
let it go on the warrant so that it goes to the town meeting.
And then Robert followed up with followed me up with that. Basically, there's no reason to hold it up. Whether it has nothing to do with supporting it or not supporting it. It's just the way government should work.
Ultimately, if you decide to put it on the warrant, and we're not there yet, but if you decide to put it on the warrant, there's no cost there. Right. And if you decide to do it as the election, we have the annual election anyway, so it could be added to that ballot. I know we're not there yet, but there's no cost. But as I've said to the superintendent and to the school committee, it's more their problem. If Shirley's not willing to put it on, then it's anyway.
Yeah, I went on a little.
Well, they're getting a new town administrator soon, so who knows?
So two last.
January 10th, I think is the last day.
Two last things. Again, because we can't say it enough, Monday, March 19th, will be the special town meeting for the zoning bylaw. The land use group is getting that together. In fact, right after the first of the year, we will have the schedule for the outreach, which includes coming here, meaning, when I say coming here, to be presented, but everybody understands that everybody should be able to explain the essence of the changes in a very brief elevator speech, which will benefit everybody. So that is moving forward with an aggressive outreach
That would be
plan.
Mark, is Mark? like-
Mark, yeah, the land use group is, it's been Carly, Mark, Alan, Joanne from Conservation, Charlie Schultz from Building, Mark Wetzel at times on DPW. They've also been interfacing with the previous consultant just to get so it's almost there. It will include a solar bylaw, which is needed. I mean,
Yeah.
Mark has done a lot of good work on that, so more to come, but that will be coming up quick
Yeah.
before you know it. Lastly, the FY19 budget process is underway. The initial draft budgets are due this Friday. And as you know, Mr. Chairman, the Capital Planning Committee is moving forward with the capital process. Selectman Livingston
Moving quite well with that, so.
and Selectman Livingston knows the water and sewer rate review folks are moving forward, as is as part of the budget process on that. So we'll have more information on that. And I guess then lastly, and it is on tonight's agenda, but just for everybody's benefit, the Selectmen's regular meeting schedule for January has changed to the second and fourth Tuesday, so the regular meeting, so Tuesday.
Make a note to send that over to
Yes.
the school too, so these.
Tuesday, January 9th, and Tuesday, January 23rd. And yes, I will send it to the to our reporters. And I've also, in talking with Mr. Varga and so forth, I know that the students are going to be looking, and we'll be working with them on a newsletter concept
Yeah. no,
moving forward.
yeah.
So, and that's been great. So, with that, I want to wish both of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I really look forward to 2018.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember all the things that happened, but it's another productive year for the town. I know our bond rating went up, had a lot of development, a lot of infrastructure improvements. I mean, I'm forgetting a million things, but it's been a really positive year for the town, which goes back to good employees doing
I
good
think
work.
the whole town.
Janice and I, we just
No, but the whole town though, and we've all talked about this. The whole town working together
Mhm.
is really moving in the right direction. And if you compare us to a lot of our peers, that's all I have to say. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
Well, I'm still waiting for the lemon cake, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
So
Yeah, no. It's a testament to everybody in town. Yeah.
yeah. So I look forward to continuing to work with you the next year. My only action item, I have one, which is the certification of the unpaid water lien accounts to the Board of Assessors. I'd be respectfully asking the board to vote to authorize it, and it requires your signature. If you'll see, right now, the water lien amount is $101,380.75. This board will recall, not that long ago, until this board instituted various
Yeah,
policies,
yeah, that's
this water lien account were close to $700,000.
Absurd.
So this 101,000, if you look, and it's in the
It's spiked.
pack.
Is that a little bit skewed because of the billing cycle too? Like-
So, yeah, what will happen, a majority of these, like, you
Yeah.
can just look through, the tax bills that go out for, hold on. February 1,
Yeah.
these will go, anything that says lien will go to their tax bill, and then their mortgage company through their escrow account will pick it up. So
Yeah.
like probably 75% of these
Because
get
I was gonna say
cleared.
this was like 35
And we,
before,
and I'm
yeah.
glad Ms. Antilles
Yeah,
brought
thank
that
you,
up.
guys.
Yeah.
The real balance is probably about 30,000. But keep in mind, less than 3 years ago, it was approaching
The- When I was
700,000.
first elected, it was astronomical.
Yeah.
Before we had, and I don't believe we've shut anybody off yet, right? We've only gotten to the threat, or have we? I know they've been out there.
We've got-
turned.
Payment plans.
With payment plans, threatening to shut down,
Other shut somebody off just to prove a point.
other aggressive, strike that word, other proactive measures. No, and
Arm twisting.
that came from this board. I think
Yeah,
that's
no,
amazing
absolutely.
progress. And I'm glad Carly
That's
mentioned.
the taxpayers' money. I mean, to
Yeah.
have to be financing people's. I mean, and people have hardships, and we've been more than willing to work with people on adequate
Great.
payment plans.
And we continue to put it on the website, but we usually do it, as Ms. Antelos mentioned, after that first round, because it's going to
Yeah.
clear up
No, I agree.
a bunch
Clear
of,
up a bunch of-
bunch of
Um,
people.
Business license, how's that going? I know.
Pretty good actually. I gave out like maybe 4 or 5 today that I wasn't expecting. So
Do you think it'll be next Friday, and you'll be because that'll be the last day, right?
yeah, but no, I literally call these people 2 or 3 times
I
a
know you
week. Like,
She's
let's go.
in the morning is
Do
standing
they
out.
realize that they will not have an
Yes.
operational business as of
Yeah.
January
Miss
1st?
They did this every year.
Antonellis does not mince any words, and she's made it very clear that as of Friday, it's actually Friday, December 29th at 1 p.m.
11:30.
At 11:30 a.m., they go into
Oh
the,
yeah, it's an early day.
they go into the vault and they go to both chiefs, meaning what the businesses are, and that they're in violation. So
Good. I mean, hopefully we don't have to shut. Well, there's a couple I wouldn't mind, but
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
only
but they
one-
do this every year.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's only one that's not renewing that they let us know that we renewed it. It was Lamp and Dragon.
Mhm.
But they're not doing food there anymore. So we just don't issue it and it just comes off our list.
Okay.
So
All right, good work.
me and Bridget have been working on that one.
Well, I make a motion to to send the certification of the unpaid water lien accounts to the Board of Assessors.
Second, all in favor?
Aye. Okay.
And I think that
Good.
was it. The Christmas lights look great again. I know it's the last
Yeah.
time on.
Very
I think
nice.
they've stayed on too, right? And I
Yeah.
picked the timer once or twice earlier in the season, but it seems to be good now.
Nope,
Even to the
and
rain
they
and
come
snow.
right up and I check.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's that the company you have is. I mean,
They're the best.
it really. I mean, I've had people from other towns going, "How do they get these fall on the tree?" I mean, it really is
It's great
impressive.
work.
I wish we could get drivers to turn the lights down maybe next year or do something because it, and not their fault, but it takes away from it a little bit. I'm sure Mike would be, if it's possible, would gladly do it, but it's one of the best around, honestly, for the community. We've come a long way.
Yep.
So good work with that. Those are on till first of the year?
The rotary will probably be like mid-January.
Okay.
The garland and stuff, he likes to take it down pretty quick because it kind of
It's
looks
a
tacky.
like a
Yeah.
string line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be downtown and here will go first, and they usually like to leave that up longer.
and the trees go on the Wagon Road.
Yes.
Your Sea Wagon Road is pretty comparable to the Rotary. No one sees it, but it looks fantastic. All right, great. All good stuff. Is that it? We done?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 5th, 2017 and December 6th, 2017.
You already said that. Did in a second.
No, this is the first time
Oh,
I
right.
said tonight.
No, all right.
Yeah,
You said it. Thought I talked over you.
Okay, you seconded. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year.
Thank
See
you.
you next